Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Car Addiction. Today we're going to talk about the Nissan Skyline Transmission, specifically the Nissan R32 Skyline Transmission. If this is your first time in my channel, I'm a huge Nissan enthusiast. I have a couple of 300ZX twin turbos, I have an R32 Skyline, I have an MR2, a riding lawnmower, and an S55 AMG. Hopefully I'm done with it. I dodged a bullet on that one. If you are a minor, you're under the age of 21 years old and you wanted to become a car enthusiast, stop, cross out this window, watch a cat video. They are going to be a far better option for you and your financial health. Over here, we make stupid financial mistakes. Now I get that out of the way, let's start. So you're looking for a 90s Japanese cool car. You wake up every day, 5 o'clock in the morning, and you spend an hour lying in your bed, scrolling through the Auto Trader and Craigslist, and BAM! You come across an R32 Skyline, and it is cheap. And then you send her a message first thing, and then by 8 o'clock, you meet her, you negotiate, and you buy an 89 Skyline GTST with an RB20 DET for $5,000. Yay! That sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, that was me. It's not $5,000 anymore because by the time I got this car certified and looks decent, and I way past the double the money. So check the link. You're gonna see my Skyline rebuild and how much I actually spent on this build. Anyway, so one spirited day, you're out with your buddies, rowing through the gears in your Skyline, and all of a sudden, while you're shifting and you hear this, and then you shift again, it goes all the way to... My friend, that is the noise of soft Japanese synchros. So all it is back in the day, in early 90s, Nissan used very soft brass synchros. What happens is if you power shift through your transmission a couple of times, or it's a 30-year-old vehicle which had a lot of abuse, those synchros go soft and they don't match those gears together. So every time you come from first to second to third is the number one problem in this transmission, and you hear this noise. And that sound is more like ching out of your fat wallet, because that's gonna cost you, son. That's why I said, if you are a minor and under the age of 21 years old, I don't know, man, smoke some weed, date a girl, because when you have a car hobby, you won't be able to do anything. You think, girl, fine, car meet, all you're gonna see is a bunch of dudes. There's gonna be 2 or 3 pretty girls in very revealing clothing. They're hired models by somebody, okay? Girls are not into this kind of hobby. So an R32 Skyline will mostly have 3 different engines: an RB20 DET, RB25 DET, and RB26. You may also come across a RB20DE, which is a 2-liter non-turbo motor, but the transmission that goes in that motor and the DET motor is the same. So I will just stick to RB20DET, 25DET, and 26D. So today I'm going to spend quite a bit of time talking about the RB20DET Skyline transmission, because it seems like this is the forgotten child, the unwanted child, that nobody wants to talk about it. And a lot of us has the transmission, and if you Google, you don't find all these information in one place. You find tad bits and here and there and try to piece all of them together, and hopefully you have the right information. And that's why, just to make your life simpler and easier, so that you are motivated enough to smash that subscribe button at the bottom, I will talk about RB20 DET transmission. I will decipher it and I'll tell you everything that you need to know about this transmission. So of course Nissan used this transmission in a bunch of other applications. All these S13 chassis vehicles, SR20, CA18, KA24, all of these transmissions are the same as an RB20 transmission. It's only the internals are the same. So the bell housing, the front and the rear bell housing will be different, but the internals are the same. Just like my 300ZX transmission video. The code for this transmission is FS5W71C. C for Charlie Chaplin, C for Charlie Sheen, C for Charlie, my best friend, G for Charlie, the hot girl I dated in high school. Who is my best friend? Just like my Nissan 300ZX video where I named that transmission the RS transmission, I'm gonna call this the FS transmission throughout this video. So every time I'm talking about the FS transmission, it will be the FS5W71C. The rebuild kit for this transmission is BK104WS. Alright, you're gonna find another kit which is BK103WS or a BK103CWS. That could be for the FS5W71. This is the 71C for Charlie. So remember Charlie, the hot girl in your high school, who's your best friend. So if you Google FS5W71C rebuild kit, you're going to see 1,000,001 results, and they're all accurate because all these S13 boys went drifty sideways and smashed those synchros left, right, and center. There are a lot of aftermarket companies making these components. Some are crap, and some are very high quality, and some are just a good bang for your buck, like this USA standard gear transmission kit. Now, this is not an FS transmission rebuild kit. This is for my 300ZX and RS transmission rebuild kit. But I'm gonna show you the inside so that you know how a high quality kit looks like. In terms of the cost of this kit, it is a lot more affordable than the RS kit. This kit was $330, where this FS kit, you can find it from all the way to $100 to $200. And whereas the RS kit was anywhere from $300 to $500. So you see the difference, and it is the same amount of equipment inside those kits. I found these kits everywhere, but the best price for the bang, especially if you want to go with the USA standard gear, the best website was Rock Auto. And if you are a long-time viewer of my channel, you will see I buy a lot of stuff from Rock Auto. If the boys from Rock Auto are watching this video, please reach out to me. I would love to be sponsored by one of you guys because I love your product, I love the service, and it's a fantastic website that you guys have. I reached out to you guys and somebody blew me off. So anyway, at Rock Auto, the FS kit is listed at 119 Canadian, and once you start paying for all this shipping and to my door, it's 149 Canadian, which is less than half of the RS transmission kit. So just to clarify, between the KA24D transmission and the RB20DET transmission, the rear housing on the KA is about 2 inches longer. Other than that, in terms of the internals and everything, is exactly the same. They have the exact gear ratio, as a matter of fact. First is 3.321, second is 1.902, third is 1.304, fourth is 1, and fifth is 0.79, which is the exact same gear ratio in all of these SR20, C18, and K24 transmissions. So as I said, I will be spending a lot of more time on the RB20DET transmission because there's not too many information out there. So this is all you need to get your RB20DET transmission rebuilt. Now let's talk about the RB25 and 26, and I'll keep it short. The reason being, the RB25 and 26 transmission has the same internal as the RS transmission. And see the video. I made a banging video about the RS transmission rebuild kit. So wait till the end of the video and you're gonna see a box for the 300ZX transmission. Click on that and watch that video. I deciphered that transmission, all right? So now let's see what's inside this box. So I used USA standard gear previously to rebuild the diff in my Nissan Xterra, and they were fantastic for the value and quality. In the RS transmission, the kit you need to buy is ZMBK240CWS. This will be the same kit for your 300ZX twin turbo, 300ZX NA, RB25, and RB26. There it is. First of all, you got some gaskets, and then just look at them. Looks like these guys are embossed. Actually, they are vacuum sealed. They're, oh my god, it looks so good. And right in the corner, 240CWS. That is the build kit for the RB25 and 26 and 300ZX transmission. And then it's all the bearings. Oh my, this is a heavy piece, some heavy duty stuff on it. This is all you need to rebuild those transmissions. So stay tuned on my channel because I screwed up the transmission on my 300ZX. That is going for the rebuild. Stay tuned on my channel. I screwed up my 300ZX transmission because now I have that noise between second, third, and fourth gear. So that's going on a rebuild, hopefully sometime next week. It will take 2 to 3 weeks, and of course I'll document the whole process and I'll bring it for you guys to see. So hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to stay up to date with all the awesome stuff coming to this channel.